Hello again and welcome. Today I'm going to be going over the software changes that I've made for the Brymen BM78xBT. This video is made for Brymen. What they're wanting to do is batch program several of these meters. I've put together a document that shows how this is done. This is this revision 19 PDF file. The very first thing, you need to start out with fresh batteries. What I've seen with these meters is the batteries get a little low. It's possible that the radio inside of the meter can reset and there'll be no indication on the meter that the battery is that low. So if you were to start the programming process and the meter were to reset, that can actually brick the meter and it would require a hardware programmer to recover it. So the first thing you're going to do is start the software. You'll get a menu something like this. You'll select the BLE Programmer tab. That's this one here. You'll see this menu. And from there, we can select the CYACD or the programming file just by selecting this icon here on the right. You'll see a menu like this. You can go to whatever directory where you have these stored. In this case, we're going to be selecting the 1.05. Once you select OK, it'll show up here. And from there we can return to the notification tab, go ahead and turn on the meter and enable the BLE, and then you can select scan. Now if everything goes right and it finds the meter, it should link to the meter automatically. What can happen in some cases if you have multiple meters, which you could imagine that could happen at Brymen, and they're all advertising, what this software is going to do now is it's going to look for the meter that has the high RSSI or the highest signal strength, and I'm assuming that that meter is the one closest to the programming station. Didn't used to work like that. The other thing too about this newer software is whatever meter it links to the very first time, it's going to try to use that same MAC address throughout the whole programming process. I didn't plan for somebody trying to use this with multiple meters, so what could end up happening is if you had two meters advertising and it's partway through the programming cycle, when it drops to the OTA mode or it exits the boot mode, the meter starts advertising again, and it's up to my software to re-link to it. And what would happen is when it does the scan, it could find a different meter and try linking to that, and of course that's going to cause problems. So this is how I've worked around that. So you can see in this case we have a meter that has version 1.04. We select the BLE Programmer tab and we select Program, and that starts the process, and you can see this little status bar here on the left. That'll start to increasing towards 100% once it's completed. The other thing that you'll see is these OTA COM messages will start to come up on the screen. Once it's completed, this programming light will go off. If the link is disrupted, again, during the programming process, you're going to brick the meter. And again, that can be caused by low batteries. If you turn the meter off while it's programming, that would do it. If the PC was to crash, that could cause a problem. Or if you were to move the meter far enough away where that breaks the link, obviously that's going to cause a problem as well. So what you want is to just keep the meters close to the programming station, and I would try to just have one meter active if at all possible. The software will automatically link to the meter once it's done programming, and it changes back to this notification tab, and from there we should see the updated firmware. So it's gone from 1.04 to 1.05. Another thing to mention is I've seen these meters get stuck in the bootloader. So when my software issues the exit bootloader command, basically what happens is it hangs, and that doesn't necessarily mean that we brick the meter. Actually, I've never seen that brick a meter. What you can do is just turn the meter off and back on, rescan it, and if you see the updated firmware number, then the meter is successfully reprogrammed. Once it's finished programming and you verified the version number, don't turn off the meter. Just leave it on and select the link button, and that'll turn off the link light and enable this disconnect LED. The reason that you want to do that is because if you turn off the meter first and the software is linked to the meter, it's going to try to auto recover the data link, and so then it's going to get stuck in these long loops. So the best way to avoid that is just leave the meter on until you hit the disconnect, and then you can go ahead and turn the meter off, and you're done programming the meter at that point. If you want to program another meter, all you have to do is turn that meter on, enable the BLE, and start the scan process all over again. So you could easily batch process several of these at one time if you wanted to. So what I'm going to do is demonstrate that process right now. So we start by running the program. So again, this is what it looks like. And if I turn on one of the meters here, I'll just do this one, and I'll hit scan, and you can see right now it doesn't find a meter, and that's because we have not enabled the Bluetooth. So let's go ahead and we'll enable the Bluetooth. We hit scan, and we can see it's found the meter, and it has version 1.04. If we go to BLE Programmer and we select the file, and let's go to version 5. And now we can go ahead and select Programmer. And you can see our little status bar increasing here a little bit. Takes about 20 seconds or so to program one of these meters. Again, once it's completed, it's going to relink to the meter, and we can see this is now at 1.05. So if I want to program another meter, again, don't turn off the meter, just select the link button, go ahead and turn it off. We'll turn on another meter. Again, we'll enable the Bluetooth, and let's select scan, and we can see it's found another meter at 1.04. Again, we go to Programmer, and we just select Program. And we can see this has now been updated to 1.05. And again, we just select link to disconnect, and we can turn off this meter. What I'd like to do now is give you a demonstration how fast we're able to reprogram these meters. So we're just going to run through a few cycles here. Again, we turn the meter on, we enable the Bluetooth, we select scan, wait for it to link to the meter. You can see this is version 5. Again, we select BLE Programmer, we select the programming file. Let's go ahead and select it to version 3, and we select Program. And here we can see it's now at version 3. Again, we select link, turn off the meter, turn on the next meter to be programmed, enable the Bluetooth, select scan, select program, and enable the programmer. And again, verify the version number, select link, turn off the meter, turn on the next meter to be programmed. Again, enable the Bluetooth, select scan. Let's just go ahead and we'll give it a different programming file. Select version 4 and program. Normally you're just going to keep that at the latest version of firmware, so you're not having to go through that step. It should take less than a minute to program a meter from start to finish. Again, we can see it's now at version 4. Again, select link, turn off the meter, turn the next one on. enable the Bluetooth, hit link or scan. Hit the programmer. Again, verify the version number, select link, turn off the meter, turn on the next one to be programmed, select scan, select programmer, let's go to the latest file and select programming. Now my software does not read the version of the firmware that's currently loaded in the meter and then check to see if you're loading the same file. So if I try to load the latest version of firmware onto a meter that already has it loaded, it's gonna be happy and go ahead and do that for you. And we verify again it's the latest stuff. Again, we select link, turn off the meter, turn the next one on, again enable the Bluetooth, and go ahead and hit scan. Select programmer and select program. And again, verify it's the latest version. Select link. And I'm just going to stay with this latest version now. Again, enable the Bluetooth. And we select scan. Of course, it has version 5 installed. We select programmer and we just stay with version 5. Select program. Again, this is normally what you're going to be doing in a case where you're trying to reprogram a bunch of these to the latest version anyway. And again, hit link, turn off the meter, turn the next one on, enable the Bluetooth, hit scan. And you can see we're easily under 1 minute, about 45 seconds or so to program a meter, but even at 1 minute in an 8-hour shift, you could do about almost 500 meters in a day with this. Again, we just select link, turn off the meter, turn the next one on. Well, that should give you some idea of how fast this could actually reprogram a batch of these. I think we'll call it good. Well, hopefully you found this helpful. Let me know if you see any issues, I guess, with the software. Maybe there's some stuff that we could do to improve on this, but again, I think the biggest issues I see is that the fact you can brick a meter. Of course, there's no problem if you have a hardware programmer to recover that radio, but it is kind of a pain. The other thing that could prevent that is if you had a fallback method. So you've got this concept of a bootloader, and when you program in one area of the flash, you could have like basically two sections. So if the CRC or something didn't validate after programming, you're not going to load that application, you're going to load the previous one. So having some kind of a fallback like that would certainly allow you to recover or not brick a meter. The other thing that'd be good is to probably address that problem where the meter will lock in that exit bootloader mode. I don't know what the cause of that is. Obviously, you can see we haven't seen that here. It's pretty rare that I've ran into that. I understand that you're having disconnect problems, but again, this new software, the way that this works, it should help with some of that. And again, you've got to make sure that the batteries on these meters are basically brand new before you attempt this, because again, I've seen many cases when I was doing these long runs where essentially what ends up happening is the batteries will not show low on the meter, but they'll deplete enough and it'll reset the radio and it would sever the link. And so that's the reason I cobbled up this battery pack. Was basically when I switched to this pack, it allowed me to run logging sessions for over a week. So that was a pretty good enhancement, and that's why I've asked you to develop an accessory like that. Well, that's going to be it. Hopefully, again, you found this helpful. We'll see you in the next video. Later.